Amir Khan and Marco Antonio Barrera face to face for the final time ahead of their crunch clash in Manchester. It's the biggest test of Khan's career so far. Hi, welcome along as we complete our countdown ahead of the mouth-watering matchup between the exciting Amir Khan and modern-day great Marco Antonio Barrera. Johnny Nelson eager to see if Khan can silence his critics by overcoming a Mexican legend. Well, it's been branded as win or bust for the Olympic silver medalist. Khan knows the stakes are high. Here's Adam Smith.
There comes a moment in every fighter's career when they face a highly dangerous assignment. This crunch clash with Marco Antonio Barrera is a serious gamble and Amir Khan's acid test.
He's a legend, and what a great fighter he is. I've been watching his career since I was 14 when he beat Nazim Ahmed, and never thought, once I'll be in the same ring as him fighting him.
It's reminiscent of when a young Olympic star, Lennox Lewis, met Donovan Razor Ruddock in England way back on Halloween night in 1992. Many thought this was a step too far for Lewis, but he crushed Ruddock and went on to become a British boxing legend.
Lennox Lewis has done it! Lennox Lewis will fight for the heavyweight championship of the world!
Amir Khan set his sights on a similar rise. Now he must show a tight defence, a solid chin, and prove that the star of the Athens Games can become a world-class pro by dismantling a modern great.
Amir Khan beating Barrera, it has to happen, and me to take this fight on. A lot of people are thinking I'm making a stupid move, but this is the move I need to make.
It's going to put us at a different level, of course. He's going to rise up to a level at which I think he belongs at.
Khan returns to Manchester's MEN Arena, where he was blown away by Bradis Prescott. At 22, Khan must box maturely and remain psychologically sound to send a statement to world boxing.
My statement is to go in the fight, beat Marco Antonio Barrera in a good style, in a good fashion, and be the winner. At the end of the fight, we only want one hand, which is going to be raised, which is mine.
Will that happen? Well, the two fighters squared off for a final time of the weigh-in. In Manchester, Jim Watt, and first, Ian Dark.
Great fervour, great intrigue in Manchester about this fight as it approaches now. And I think Marco Antonio Barrera, the Mexican ring legend, when he gets in the ring in Manchester, he's going to get the most amazing reception here as a fabled fighter. But he had a few problems, didn't he, Jim, with the scales? He had to strip naked to make the weight.
Yeah, well, for this first time in his life, probably, he doesn't have the discipline of the scales for this fight. He's never boxed at lightweight before, so he probably thought he was going to make the weight comfortably. I don't think we can read too much into it. Maybe a little bit of complacency, but I'm pretty sure he's in great shape.
I liked Amir Khan's attitude. He was bullish, he was confident, and I feel he's really got it into his head now that he has the strategy to win this fight.
Yep, I think he realises this is the biggest night of his life, and I think the closer the fight gets, the better he's looking. I think all the training's behind him, it's all gone well, no disasters, so he's raring and ready to go, and I think we're going to see a great performance from him.
And what about the atmosphere around Manchester? Something like 2,000 people turning up just to watch the weigh-in. This one has caught fire, hasn't it?
Yeah, and tremendous, and it was amazing the reception Barrera got. He's a legend, we know he's a legend, everybody in Manchester knows he's a legend, and 20,000 people are going to be there on the night watching that legend.
Well, Amir Khan is the 11-8 on favourite. He has to win this, otherwise his career is heading downwards.
Johnny, are you impressed how relaxed Amir Khan has been in the build-up to this fight?
Amir Khan has never shown me any signs of being nervous in any fight. He's a very cocksure young individual. He knows if he prepares right, he expects the results. And for this one, the biggest fight of his career, I've never seen look so cool.
Lots been made of Khan's physical advantages, but he's been caught by smaller, so-called not big punchers before. Willie Limon, the classic example.
Khan has chinks in his armour. We've seen that. And we saw in this Limon fight here, the right hand over the top, very vulnerable, very open to it, and constantly getting caught in it. That is his chink in his armour. That's what he needs to address. He still had not addressed it when he boxed Oisin Fagan, but he needs to get everything right on this night. He's got bottle, he's got heart, he's got fight in him to come back and turn diversity into success. And he's got all that going for him, and that's what makes him such a confident, exciting fighter.
What if he can't make those advantages count?
He needs a plan B. His plan A is to box long, box sharp, box fast, keep Barrera on the back foot, keep him chasing him down, don't get involved in a war. If he doesn't, and he doesn't stick to Freddie Roach's plan, he's got problems.
The chin, still an issue? The
chin will always be an issue. These things can be addressed. He's got a smart cookie in his corner. He's from an excellent camp. Things should work for him as long as he covers it well.
Well, a fascinating night, guaranteed. Well, it's a fight that's polarised opinion. One of boxing's most experienced and colourful characters has his own unique take on how it'll go. Don King flying the flag for Mexico, one of the shrewdest promoters around. He knows exactly how to generate publicity for his fighters. King's worked with some of the greats, Ali and Tyson. Now he's backing Barrera.
This is a different kind of Marcos Antonio Barrera. If you look at him, the gleam is back in his eye. That excitement, that passion that he was lacking because he was fighting with boredom. So he felt despondent and he felt depressed, and so he has not been putting his all in it. But you have stuck a needle in him, and now he is sparkling like new money. Viva Mexico. The fight should be Amir Khan. All the ways, because he's a young guy, he got fast hands, he did a great job in the Olympics. He only had one defeat, and so he got a chance to really reconnoiter himself and get himself back into shape. The spirit and the will to win is what's going to make the difference. Marcos Antonio Barrera will be champion of the world again for the 4th time in the 4th weight category. So I'm looking forward to a great, great fight, and all the fans will be able to look for the same fight because it's going to be a war from bell to bell. From bell to bell, it's going to be a great fight. I promise you that. Both of these guys is coming to fight. Will he do it? Check in on Saturday night and witness history in the making when he knocks out Amir, but we will pick up Amir, hug him, kiss him, sit him on the stool, dust him off, and bring him back again.
Well, the big fight gives Don King the chance to renew his long-standing rivalry with Khan's promoter. Frank Warren is in Manchester now with Ian Darke.
Well, with me, promoter Frank Warren, and you're back working again with Don King after all those years and a few controversies along the way.
We've worked a few times together over the last 3 or 4 years. It's not the first one we've done. Yeah, so we're working together. He represents Barrera. He's his promoter. So can't let things get in the way of a good fight. You know, you push them all at one side and give the public what they want, which is a big, big fight.
This is a big, big gamble, isn't it? Why are you doing this with Amir Khan at this time?
I think that he's ready for this fight, and that's my opinion, and I hope I'm right on it. It's a fight also Freddie Roach's trainer also believes as well. We had discussions before, and we come to the conclusion we think that this is what Amir needs at this stage of his career.
I know you weren't wholly responsible, but you took a gamble before with him with a puncher called Brady's Prescott, and that one went wrong. Does that worry you?
Well, I held my hands up to that. As I say, I actually didn't even see the opponent. It's never happened to me before, but that's what we went with. Now this fight for me with Amir is all about him focusing and concentration. He cannot afford to let his concentration lapse. If he can do that for 12 rounds, he can win the fight.
Freddie Roach says it's all over for Amir Khan if he doesn't win this well.
Well, that's a bit severe. You can't say that because you don't know what the fight's going to turn out like. If it's a split decision, anything can happen in boxing, as we all know. I mean, that's a harsh thing for him to say. He's entitled to his opinion. I just want to, let's see what happens after the fight. I believe Amir will win the fight. He believes it, and we'll see what happens on the night.
Wish you well, Frank. Back to you.
Well, how big a gamble is this, Johnny?
Listen, it's not very often Don King flies all the way over to England with a loser. Don King's coming over with a guy he's expecting to win. And realistically, in the boxing fraternity, you're thinking Barrera's got to be the man. Even a 60% Barrera should jump on Khan. And that's where it falls for him.
What about concentration? Big issue against a man who's beaten up quite a few Brits before, including Richie Wenson.
Again, concentration is everything. Amir Khan cannot afford to slip. This man is fully fledged. He's got all the experience in the world. He knows how to deal with all shapes and sizes of opponents. Excellent body shot. His style's not changed at all. He's just got more accomplished at it. He's got more accurate and more vicious with it.
2 fights on from Prescott, and he's in with a man who can do this.
72 fights, 65 wins, knocking 43 of them out. If Amir Khan makes one mistake, I agree with Freddie Roach. It's over.
And there's no suggestion whatsoever that Barrera is shot.
No suggestion at all. You can tell how he talks, how he walks, how he looks, that glint, that shine in his eye. This guy loves the fight game. His preparation for this fight has been perfect. He's come over to win. It's a good time for them to mix it.